Part B Medicare. Yay or nay? Should you take it? Should you ignore it?
CD Financial, where health meets wealth.
I know some of you are saying, hold on a second, Charles. Am I allowed to just not get it? I thought there was a 10% penalty. Well, for federal employees who are covered by FEHB, your federal employee health benefit, if you're covered under FEHB, you do not have to get Part B. I'm going to say it again. It's your choice. You will not be penalized for not getting Part B. You can decline, ignore it. We've said for years that FEHB for most federal employees is a Part B replacement. But recently, especially as I record, I've been seeing more and more federal retirees electing Part B in addition to their FEHB. Some are dropping FEHB and getting Part B and purchasing a supplement. Some have told me, oh, Charles, my girlfriend told me this was better. This is what she does. I would slow roll those decisions. One thing for sure I can tell you is never cancel your FEHB, but simply suspend it because you can always pick it back up again. While you're in retirement, you could suspend it and then reinitiate it. So that's one bit of advice. The second bit of advice that I would say is that there is no penalty provided you have FEHB. So if you keep FEHB, you will not be penalized for not getting Part B. Now, you don't have to get it at 65 if you're still working anyway. It's a subject you don't even have to consider. It's only after you retire. So let's say you're 67 and you're still working. When you retire, that's when you have to make the election to take Part B or not. But as I said before, oh, and by the way, it's 8 months after your retirement date before you have to elect Part B. But again, do you as a federal employee have to elect Part B? No. Now, that 10% penalty won't apply to you because you have FEHB, and you have to have that 5 years prior to retirement, your FEHB, to carry it into retirement, 5 years continuous. So with that being said, that Part B penalty, let's talk about it. If you went and got Part B to couple with your FEHB and you decided you didn't need it, then you could always drop Part B again. If you did that and you came back to Part B a second time later in life, that's when they could apply the 10% penalty. The reason a lot of federal employee retirees now are getting the Part B is because of the rising cost of health insurance. And so I get it now. That 20% on an 80/20 plan, it could be pretty expensive. So you're making the decision to actually pay for your FEHB, let's say for a married couple, $500 a month, and your Part B, which is $175 a piece. So that's $350 a month plus $500 a month. So, and that's an illustrating, right? If you're single, maybe you're paying $275 a month for your FEHB, and maybe your Part B is just the half premium or the $175 per. There's something to keep in mind here. If your income in retirement, let me get this right, if it goes over $103,000 for a single person, that premium goes from $175 as I record up to $245. And if for a single person you go over $129,000, then it becomes $350. So it can get real expensive. For those of you on TriCare, retired military that are still working and you're beyond 65, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have a choice. You have to get Part B because it's now TriCare for life. And so it could become very expensive. For a married couple, let me give you those figures. If you're less than 206,000, the premium for Part B for each one of you stays at 175. If you go up above 206,000 in retirement, it becomes $245 a person. And then if it goes over 258,000, it becomes $350. That can be a whole lot of money. By the way, let me mention something to you. If you're relatively healthy and you rarely even use health insurance to pay any bills, that might be something you want to consider. If you foresee that you're gonna have a lot of medical bills, I get it. That's why you're trying to cover yourself 100%, supposedly, right? Technically, but not really. There might be some copays for your pharmaceuticals and such. There is something you should know. Kaiser Senior Advantage, they might give you a reimbursement amount. Also, if you don't have Kaiser in your state, Blue Cross and Blue Shield may also have a Medicare Part B reimbursement. Kaiser's is up to $250. So they will cover you if you go over that $206,000 income level, or $129,000 up to $250, and apparently then it's out. Okay, remember, you don't have to work longer. You just need a better plan.
CD Financial, where health meets wealth.